Hi, fourth graders, and welcome back to Sun Devil Learning Labs. Our topic today is context clues examples. Our objective today is, I can determine the meaning of words and phrases within a text using my knowledge of examples as context clues. So in today's lesson, we are going to be using examples as context clues within a text or within a sentence to identify an unknown word. So take a moment to read the objective out loud or read the objective in your head and really focus on what we will be learning today throughout our lesson. Let's begin by going over what are context clues. Context clues are pieces of information in a text that helps readers understand words and details. The word context means the text around a new word. And clues means pieces of information that help us understand something. So when you take the definition for context and the definition for clues and put them together, we get context clues, again, which are pieces of information in a text that help readers understand words and details. So for the purpose of today's lesson, we're going to be looking for examples as context clues within a sentence to identify an unknown word. So what are context clues? Context clues are words or groups of words that give clues about the meaning of an unknown word. Context clues can be used in a sentence or paragraph to determine the meaning of an unknown word in any type of reading passage. As readers, we use context clues to determine the meaning of an unknown word. So as strong readers, we should be able to use context clues within a reading passage or within a sentence to help us identify words that we might not know. So if you're reading a sentence and you don't know one of the words, you could use context clues in the sentence or within the text to help you identify that word and help you have a better understanding of that word and what exactly that word means. So if you look all the way on the bottom, we have a sentence highlighted in yellow, and it says, "We went inside to escape the frigid temperatures. We instantly felt so warm and cozy." So the word frigid is our unknown word, our new word in the sentence. So we went inside to escape the frigid temperatures. We instantly felt so warm and cozy. See, frigid is underlined, and all of the words around frigid, all of the words that are highlighted in yellow, are our context clues. Those words can help us identify what exactly frigid means. So we know they went inside to escape the frigid temperatures, and instantly when they went inside, they felt warm and cozy. So using the context clues within this sentence, we can assume that the word frigid means cold temperatures. Types of context clues. What are the different types of context clues? Throughout this week, we're going to be covering the 5 different types of context clues. In today's lesson, we are covering example. So let's go over the 5 different types that we'll be learning about this week. An easy way to remember the 5 different types is through the word ideas. I standing for inference. The meaning is not given, so you must use the text clues. D standing for definition. The meaning of the word is explained in the sentence. E, example, what we're learning about today. An example of the word is in the sentence or nearby sentences. So again, an example of the word is in the sentence or nearby sentences. A, antonym. A word with opposite meaning is used in the sentence or nearby sentences. And S, synonym. Words with similar meaning is used in the sentence or nearby sentences. So S, synonym. Examples as context clues. Sometimes specific examples are used in writing to help readers understand difficult or unknown words. Examples as context clues allow the reader to gain an understanding of an unknown word through a specific example, an example that relates directly to the unknown word. There will be an example of the word nearby, which readers can recognize. So in a sentence or in a text that includes an example, we will be able to recognize that example, and that will connect to our unknown word and will help us as readers have a better understanding of the unknown word by recognizing the example. And examples are words that demonstrate the word meaning. So examples within a sentence or a text are demonstrating to us and helping us gain an understanding for the unknown word and the word meaning. Let's go over some signal words for examples. So when we're reading, these are words that we can keep our eyes peeled and looking for to help us as readers identify an example as a context clue within a text. So some signal words are such as, example or examples, including, consist of, like, for example. So these are all words that we can look for when we are looking to identify an unknown word. There are two sentences at the bottom of this slide which I'm going to read, and these sentences include some of the signal words that we just went over. So, examples of rapid things include jets, speedboats, and bullet trains. So in this sentence, we have the signal words examples and include, with our focus word, our unknown word, being rapid. After the word include, we have our example. Our example is jets, speedboats, and bullet trains. These are all examples of things that are rapid. And we could, by using the context clues in this text, gain an understanding for the word rapid, meaning fast. Our next sentence, planets and stadiums are examples of enormous things. So in this sentence, our signal word is examples, and our focus word, our unknown word, is enormous. Planets and stadiums are the examples included for us to connect to our word in enormous. So these are examples of things that are enormous. Planets and stadiums. So through the context clues in this sentence, we could gain the understanding that enormous means big. So let's practice with an example sentence. If you don't take precautions such as turning on your headlights at night, you could get into a car accident. So the word we're focusing on in this sentence is precautions. I want you guys to take a moment to pause the video and go ahead and read that sentence out loud as well. So in this sentence, the writer gives a specific example of a precaution related to driving, which provides a clue about the meaning of the word. So in this sentence, our clue word or our signal word is such as. Such as is stated right before our example to show meaning for the word precaution. And the example to show meaning is turning on your headlights at night. So this would be the precaution, turning on your headlights at night. So through the context clues included in this sentence, we can understand the word precaution means preventing something from happening that could be dangerous. So to prevent a car accident at night, we should turn our headlights on so we can see at night. So that's an extra precaution. We're doing this to make sure something dangerous does not happen. Take a moment to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, please. We'll need this for our activity in the next few slides. For our activity, we will be practicing our skills of using context clues, context clue examples to understand the meaning of a word. So we're going to be using all the information we just learned about examples as context clues to help us as readers understand the meaning of a word. We will read a series of sentences, and for each sentence, the student will locate the clue word. Example evidence, define the focus word, and write their own sentence using the focus word. So I will be reading 4 different sentences to you guys, and when I'm reading the sentence, I want you to locate the clue word or the signal word. Locate example evidence, so locate the example that is stated in the sentence. Define the focus word, define the unknown word with your own definition, and write your own sentence using the unknown word, the once unknown word. Okay, so on your piece of paper that you should all have in front of you, I want you guys to label the numbers 1 through 4. And under each number, I want you guys to leave 3 to 4 lines as space for writing for our activity. And once you have done this, after each number, write signal words, example given, word definition, and my sentence using the word. Take time to pause the video after each sentence, after I read each sentence, to complete your work. Make sure to be using information we have learned today. So on the right, your paper should look like this. And then underneath, I have it listed out. Your guys' paper should look exactly like this. So number 1, 2, I should say number 2, number 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 4 different sentences, and for each sentence, we're looking for signal words, example given, word definition, and my sentence using the word. So take a moment if you need to and pause the video and complete writing all of this down onto your sheet of paper. And then we will begin reading our sentences, and you guys should be filling in this information as I read the sentence. And then at the end, we will go over the review of the correct answers. Your definition does not have to be exactly, the word definition does not have to be the exact same as mine, and your sentences will obviously be a little bit different than the sentences I have came up with. Okay, so sentence number 1. Our focus word in this sentence is fictional. Fictional creatures such as unicorns and dragons are in fantasy stories. Again, fictional creatures such as unicorns and dragons are in fantasy stories. So what you guys should be doing is looking for signal words that we learned about in previous slides. There was a list of different signal words that you could find within a sentence or within a text that help us identify context clues as examples. Look for the example given. The example given is most of the time, right after our signal words. Word definition. What do you think the definition for the word of fictional is in this sentence after locating the example given and signal words to help us have a full understanding and using the context clues within this sentence to understand the word definition? And create your own sentence using the word. Take a moment to pause the video and complete your answers for number 1. Number 2, our focus word is luminous. Objects like the sun are so luminous that it is difficult to look at them directly. So for number 2, the same as number 1, look for our signal words, example given, word definition, and my sentence using the word. So take a moment to pause the video, read the sentence again if you need to, and write down your answers for number 2. Sentence number 3. Our focus word is compassionate. Trevor is a compassionate person. His weekends consist of volunteering his time, helping others. So for number 3, we're looking for signal words again, the example given, the word definition, and your own sentence using the word. Again, our focus word is compassionate. Pause the video and take a second to read this sentence out loud and complete your answers for this sentence. Sentence number 4. Our focus word is precipitation. In the past month, we have had almost every type of precipitation, including rain, snow, sleet, and hail. So for this sentence, our focus word is precipitation. Look for our signal words, the examples, or the example given, the word definition, and my sentence using the word. Again, the word definition is not directly stated in any of these sentences. We're using the context clues in the sentence, the example in the sentence, to create our own word definition and our own understanding of the word. And our focus word here is precipitation. So take a moment to pause the video and complete your answers for this question. And in our next 2 slides, we will go over our answers for each of the sentences, these sentences. Our review. So for number 1, the signal words in the sentence was such as. As I'm going through this review, you guys should be looking on your sheet of paper to check your answers. So for number 1, the signal words such as. The example given was unicorns and dragons. The word definition was something told or written that is not a fact, a made-up story. So your guys' definition might look a little bit different than mine, and that is okay. That is a definition I came up with from using the context clues within the sentence to define fictional. As long as we have something along the lines of something told or written that is not a fact, so something that is fictional is not a fact, and it is made up. And my sentence using the word, so the sentence I came up with was, in class, I wrote a fictional story about a talking turtle and dog. So number 2, the signal words. Signal word in this sentence was like, there was only one. The example given was the sun. The word definition, giving off light. So that was my definition for the word luminous, as long as we could have had bright, giving off light, something along those lines. And my sentence using the word was, the sun was very luminous at the pool today. I got so sunburned. So that was my sentence using the word luminous. Review for number 3 and 4. Signal words for number 3 were consist of. Example given in the sentence was volunteering time helping others. The word definition, this is my definition for the word, was feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. In my sentence using the word, my teacher is very compassionate. She is always helping others. So that's how I use the word compassionate after I knew that the word compassionate meant feeling or showing sympathy or concern for others. Number 4, the signal words for number 4 was including. The example given in the sentence was rain, snow, sleet, and hail. So those were different types of precipitation. The word definition. So when I read that sentence, I knew that all 3 of these things, rain, snow, sleet, and hail, came from the atmosphere, came from above, came from the clouds. So my word definition was a form of water from the atmosphere. And my sentence using the word was, the precipitation in the clouds created rain. So again, your guys' word definitions might not be exactly the same as my definitions for these 2 words, but we should have something pretty similar. We should have the same signal words and the same examples though. So take a moment if you guys need to pause the video and review over your answers one more time. And we will end by going over what we learned today. Today we learned what context clues are and how we can use context clues in order to understand the meaning of an unknown word. So we started off by going over what exactly context clues were. We went over the 5 different context clues that we will be learning in depth information about this week. We also learned how to understand the meaning of unknown words through the use of context clues as examples. So we were able to go through sentences and use the examples that were provided in the sentences to help us understand an unknown word. Understand and gain a definition for an unknown word. We also learned how to define a word using context clues and write a sentence using the word that was once unknown to the reader, unknown to us. So we learned how to define a word using context clues, which we did through our activity. We used the context clues in the sentence to define the word. And we were able to write a sentence using a word that was once unknown to us. You guys did great today, and tomorrow we will learn about context clues, synonyms, and antonyms. Awesome job today, everyone.